Welcome to Victory Wings channel. Today with us former Director General National Institute of MSME and former OSD AP Skill Development Corporation, AP State Government undertaking. Sri Chukka Kondaya sir is with us. Welcome to our channel. MSME sector is the deciding factor to the GDP value of our state and central government. In this, we would like to know, sir, what is the human behaviors of significance of the MSME sector? We just wanted to know to our viewers from you, sir.
Very good. Sir, this is for MSME sector or for economic development or economic growth. Who are the behind the economic development is very effective human resource. Let us understand the world over. Everywhere, human resource is very significant for achieving economic goals of the nation. Sir, in fact, if we observe why certain countries are progressing very well, why certain countries are lagging behind economically? Very simple. Behind the economic development, the human beings are very important. That human beings must be effective. In the sense, the human resources are, how human resources are effective and more effective, most effective, that would create reach the economic goals of the nation. There are natural resources, financial resources, and human resources. These are three important resources for any country to develop. And let us say why Europe and USA, even before COVID, why they achieve economic development? Because very simple, they could produce, that nations could produce effective human beings. That is a very important key for economic growth or economic development of the nation. Interesting thing, these effective human resources are nothing but entrepreneurs. Who are entrepreneurs? Entrepreneurs are effective people that they are the real key role they play for achieving economic development of any area, region or nation or the entire world. Our concentration must be that how we can make the nation to roll on the great economic goals of the nations, any nation. That's why the significance of entrepreneurs play a very important role in the society.
Oh, then what is the misconception of the entrepreneurship, sir?
Yes, there are, there are some misconceptions or wrong notions about entrepreneur. Entrepreneur, even today in our society, not only in India, even developed countries, entrepreneur means a certain misconceptions or certain wrong notions about the entrepreneur himself or herself. Number one is entrepreneurs are nothing but for money. Primary resource is money. But interesting thing, if you analyze the entire world, the great achievers and entrepreneurs, their interest is making success and enjoy the success. No doubt money is very important. Without money we cannot move or we cannot run the enterprise. Money is definitely important. But the great entrepreneurs who are really achieved, take example Mr. Ratan Tata, take example even Bill Gates, take example hundreds of examples not only in India and all over the world. Just enjoy the success. Enjoy the success. And spread the success and spread the fruits of benefit that he discovered or invented. That is the interesting part of the entrepreneur. And many people think that entrepreneur only for greedy people, only earning money. But along with money, achievement orientation is important. So in this connection, I would like to say one important thing. In our institute, the great institute in the world, national, in that earlier it's called CET Institute. CET means Small Industry Extension Training Institute. That institute established in Hyderabad in 1962, the first experiment on entrepreneurs they did from Harvard University. One Professor McClelland of Harvard University conducted a famous experiment, and one of the research studies done on entrepreneurship in all over the world. There are many research studies in the world, including Harvard, Kellogg, so many places there was still entrepreneurship is going on. But this one is important, achievement oriented. A person would be motivated or would be working for achieving something. So that is the achiever concept developed in 1962 at our institute in Hyderabad. Even many bureaucrats also got trained on that concept. You know, there is a lot of criticism on the concept itself. But it is one wonderful thing that these misconceptions, this is what is exactly entrepreneurship, who is an entrepreneur, what is an entrepreneurship, why entrepreneurship is very important for economic development of any area. This is really a very interesting thing. And another thing is, other misconception is entrepreneurs are born. It was a great debate in all over the world, even now, whether entrepreneurs are born or whether entrepreneurs are made or developed or groomed or nurtured. How entrepreneurs are emerging? Is there any test like that? Biological test? But we proved that there is a sociological test, sociological programs, behavioral programs to nurture entrepreneurs. So entrepreneurs are not necessarily born, but can be made, can be developed, can be nurtured, can be groomed. So a person, whosoever background it is, he or she can be motivated, developed, and highly successful person to become a highly entrepreneurial. This is the interesting experiment done in 1962 at our institute. So there are other misconceptions. Entrepreneurs are immoral. Immoral means illogical, illegal. But maybe there are some people, no doubt, in the life of society. But entrepreneur is an upright person, not necessarily illogical, immoral. And that is also another misconception. And entrepreneurs are power hungry. Power, they need power. No, entrepreneurs, whatever the power they require for administrating their enterprise, that much only they require power. They not go for anything else, for power, for ego, for all these things. He has to do all the jobs for himself or herself while managing the enterprise. That is really interesting thing. Entrepreneurs are, another thing is power hungry or these things. These are all many misconceptions in the society that are prevalent. So that is not correct. So entrepreneur is a person who gradually grooming himself or herself to be a successful in one's own life.
Entrepreneurs are manufacturers like any other product.
Yes.
That is something like that.
Yes.
What our Kondai Garu is saying it. Very nice, sir. What is your opinion? How the present time conductive emergence the new entrepreneurs?
Entrepreneurs are inventors, not necessarily inventor. Entrepreneurs must be innovator. What is innovation? Innovation is creating something new or something to introduce in the society. Hundreds of examples, even the wet grinders. Wet grinder, in earlier, big wet grinders were available in the society, in the kitchen. In housewife, it is a very, very difficult to handle that wet grinders. Now, after the many inventions, now it is wet grinder, it is very small. Tabletop wet grinders are available now in the society without making much sound. So, entrepreneurs are not necessarily inventors, but there must be innovators. Innovation, for another example is a great thing is Henry Ford. Henry Ford was an innovator, not inventor. What he did was, he collected many parts of the car parts, steering, tire, all this thing, and he made a car, Ford car, first Ford car to the world. Many micro and small enterprises, they can hire even inventors, but they are the entrepreneurs or innovators. Innovation is a very primary part of entrepreneurship. This is the one thing we must understand.
Sir, how the social factors will be influence on a successful entrepreneur? What is your concept on
Very
this?
nice, sir.
Sir.
This is, I think, very interesting thing is only social scientists can study this type of phenomenon. Social system, social structure. See, for anybody to become a effective person or success-oriented person, important unit is family. Family is a basic unit of all over the world. Family is universal. I think very rare. Some individuals are outside of the family, but most of us are born, brought up, or do something and die from family circumstances. Family, what is a family? Simple family. Nowadays, all simple families or nuclear families.
Nuclear.
Family is a father, mother, and unmarried children. A simple family. Simple family, an individual is born in a family, and how parents are treating that person, that born boy, and treating, nurturing, and how that baby is being grown up
Taken care.
in that family atmosphere. That family atmosphere is how father is dealing or behaving with the baby or child. Mother is the first contact for everybody in the world. Mother is the first contact, and she would become a self, as for some study, self on behalf of the baby, and she would teach everything to the boy. So when the boy is 5 years old, even up to 5 years old, the mother is really doing everything for the baby. So first 5 years, after 5 years, the child would learn the things from the siblings, that means brothers and sisters, and neighborhood, and school teachers, and schoolmates. So many things when the child exposure of area of interaction would expand based on the particular thing. Even though, never mind, whether it is a metropolitan city or it in a tribal area, thick forest area, but it is a habitat. It is a social habitat where a child is growing. That is the family. How family would give very independent thoughts or independent behavior as a child in that family. So interesting thing is a family and brothers, sisters, and the area is kinship. Kinship means relatives, friends. All these they play very important role for a person to become more effective or disciplined. So how parents are giving independent type of behavior to a child, giving freedom, or some parents are very, very discipline oriented, and they are not nurturing. They are taking a negative thoughts to the child. doing their thing, beating, or so many things are there in the family circumstances. The parents very important. Even the child learning from the things in the family thing. That's why family is a social institution. Family is a small unit, a social institution where child would learn so many things. For in the matter of entrepreneur, even family plays a very important role. Then come to relatives. Some relatives they are successful in doing business. The child would learn from that relatives. Why not I? Why not they? Why only they? So that kind of thoughts also would generate. And some unpleasant experiences, some marriages or some functions, the child is being hurt. So many things in financial conditions that made the child to become a successful person in life. So relatives, peer group, friends very, very important in the adolescent growth. That means at the age of from 12 years to even 18 years, this adolescence is a very, very important part of human being. Peer group influence is there. Friends, but a person is going in towards right direction or wrong direction or whatever direction. In the thing, friends' influence is also an important factor to become an entrepreneur. And also that is even the caste. In the caste-ridden society like India, how the caste communities are playing its own role. Community elders are starting some business and doing something and serving to the people. Community, role of a community, and role of religion, role of culture. Culture as such, culture means here the entire mores, conducts, customs, practices, many things that are covered for an individual in any as a member of society. So these are all the social factors that influence a person to become an entrepreneur.
How the education is become made a major role to become a good entrepreneur?
Yes, sir. That is a very, very important.
Yeah.
Education system itself would play a very, very crucial role to become an entrepreneur. And still, many successful entrepreneurs, they refer their teachers. I think if you remember well, our Pichai, Sundar Pichai, Google CEO. He went all the way to see his primary school teacher in Tamil Nadu.
Correct.
It's a great example.
Yes.
A school teacher can be a role model. Can be a role model or can be a motivator to become a successful person. School system, primary school, whether whatever it is, the school system would be very, very important to be a successful. That's why entrepreneurship is introduced in the school curriculum in most of the West and US, Europe and USA. Even entrepreneurship is one of the subjects introduced in the curriculum of the school education. Of course, our India is also considering to introduce entrepreneurship in a school system. I think new education policy is also is trying to encompass the entrepreneurship curriculum. So schooling, when it is the attainment of schooling, would help the person, particular higher education. In India, in higher education, this entrepreneurship is introduced in higher education. Business management schools, management in technical colleges, technology in schools or colleges or universities, mostly private. They introduced entrepreneurship. More than 100 institutions in the country. But that is how a person can understand the entrepreneurship ecosystem in a particular Hyderabad, or go to Warangal, or take in Vijayawada, how that area would be helpful for a person to establish an enterprise. What are the things that are available? What is the business literacy? What is the business communication? What are the things that they can learn during the education system? Even some students, they take up the entrepreneurship as intern subjects. Some projects, some technological projects. So these projects would be helpful to establish a good enterprise. What is going on? Particular area where he or she would like to set up an enterprise. That is the education would give very good input for an individual to establish enterprise. In this context, I think education plays a role. That's why Government of India is seriously thinking to introduce entrepreneurship into the high school system. Already, higher education, there are number of institutions already introduced.
Yes. Like in the higher education, ISB, Indian School of Business Management. Similarly, from the grassroots level, from the high school level, the entrepreneurship, a subject to be introduced by the government to become a successful entrepreneurs. That's what he wanted to be convey. Sir, is there any individual qualities, personality traits to responsible towards the entrepreneurship?
Okay. Now, so far we have discussed about the social system, social factors, and so on. Now, it is very important how we can discuss about the individual himself or herself. Now, person. That means one person. How personal or individual behavior is responsible to become a successful entrepreneur. All these years, say about 18 years or 20 years, 25 years, early the age, early birds catch the good worms. Like that, early is the age where a person can be successful in the business, whatever business. Whether it is what type of business is a different issue. So individual behavior are qualities, individual qualities. Qualities are nurtured over a period of time. What we have discussed, all these influences, social influences and so many other influences, what we had discussed just now. So individual behavior, how a person is molded, what is he or she today to set up an enterprise. That is the matter. See, that is one thing. This interesting thing, there are a number of research studies all over the world. Number of researchers, both Harvard, even India, even our institute, Indian Institute of Management, so many places, they did a lot of research how an individual behavior is responsible to become a successful entrepreneur. And the past, how the successful people, their behavior. What the present, who even failed. No, it doesn't matter. Even failed. But the thing is, how particular behavioral complex, not one quality, behavioral complex to become a person to become a successful or achievement oriented. There are a number of studies in the world, past, present, what is going on. But interesting, certain traits or certain behavioral qualities we will discuss now. Very important is the person himself, herself is highly confident that yes, I can do it. Yes, I can do it. High confidence level. I can do it. I can see that I can establish an enterprise.
That's what he says is attitude makes a lot of difference for a good entrepreneur. That entrepreneurship to be developed through the positive attitude.
That thing is hard work in nature. People would say discipline, hard work, and adaptability. Even, I think we'd refer in this matter, there is a global entrepreneurship monitor, GEM, One organization is there, Babson College in Boston, USA, plus Kellogg School, and respective countries, they studied entrepreneurship over 95 countries in the world. JUM reports are available. Even Google, you just have a JUM, Global Entrepreneurship Monitor. What they say is very interesting thing is, even Indian entrepreneurs are very interesting. They are ready to adaptability to the situation, adaptability and learning experience, learning from his past experience. You remember most of the entrepreneurs got failed in the beginning. Failed, again revived with a lot of energy and with a lot of interest, with a lot of achievement motivation, and then they reach the goal. Even many people, they got failed. Later they made successful in their ventures. So what I'm trying to say is experiential learning. That is called the quality where the person have experiential learning. It is a method to be trained in training programs of the world. Experiential learning method. That means learning from our own experience. As a child, we don't know how the fire is burning. Mother would help us, as we discussed. Mother would help us not to touch the fire. But the child crawling, touch the fire. What happened? It is a burn. Oh, this fire, the nature of the fire is burning. The child will not do again. That is the experience where person would learn. Similarly, a successful entrepreneur would learn from the experience himself or herself. That is why that experiential learning is a very important quality of a successful entrepreneur.
Beautiful.
And another important thing is locus of control. That is, they call it in behavioral science, locus of control. That means a person has a lot of confidence, yes, strong desire to do the things, to achieve the things. That control that is there with a person, then there is a sky is the limit. We will discuss what happening with the entrepreneurs in all over the country now. Sky is the limit, and where the person has a lot of things, but it is not expressive, may not be expressive. His behavior is inside. So that is also important. Discipline, hard work, and that qualities are not over a night a person would gain.
Develop.
It is as we talked about from childhood till today. A person is a product of society or family, a product of a person. He behaves. How he responds, he or she responds to a situation. So it is a continuous phenomena where a person can learn certain qualities and free certain qualities to become a successfully in one's own life.
Fantastic. A fire in belly makes a successful entrepreneur. Sir, what are the other behavior qualities for to become an entrepreneur?
Yes, sir. So far we discussed about certain behavior. Sir, the research studies in all over the world, they identified more than 100 behavioral qualities responsible to become an entrepreneur. But one interesting thing is it varies to society. We talk about society. Some qualities are very important. In some society, some qualities are very important. So whatever it is, important quality of an individual is risk taking. Certain people are risk taking, some people are not risk taking. Averse to risk. Those averse to risk, they are becoming employees. Those who would like to take a risk, they are business people. That risk is not the high risk. High risk, high gain is another misconception. No, risk is very much calculated, studied, understood by a person. Risk is, what is the risk that is there before me to set up a enterprise, to set up industry, to set up a manufacturing industry? What is the amount that has to be invested? What is the thing, that effort I have to keep? What is my area of operation, area of knowledge, and how much I can take up from other people, I can hire. So these are all the risk-taking ability is a very important quality of an entrepreneur. So what are the research studies that they are talking about is calculated risk, moderate risk, calculated. Yes, I have about, they say 10 crores, all 10 crores I should not invest. I got to invest only 2 crores or 3 crores. Rest I take from other source. Even I fail, I have to restart again. So risk-taking ability is a type of moderate risk-taking, or calculated, or judicious risk-taking. That is very interesting factor of the quality of an entrepreneur. Another important thing is, I would like to set up an enterprise, say food processing enterprise. Food processing enterprise, a sauce enterprise, tomato sauce, or certain enterprise juice, or certain fruit juice. I must be thorough with the knowledge of where, how to manufacture, how to operate, how to sell that product to outside world. I must have resourceful. That quality is a resourceful quality. I take initiative. Yes, there are very good opportunities now, even though COVID, fine. And that we will discuss it later on, that even that also, yes, there are opportunities. That means a person must look as a optimism, hopeful. Tomorrow is better than today. That hope must be there within the person. Otherwise, we cannot survive. We cannot do best. We cannot put the best thing in the industry. So optimism, that means hope. Yes, I will do it. And putting all efforts is another quality of entrepreneur. So like this, there are a number of things that it is not one or two, more than 100 that we told, but it is a behavior, entrepreneurial behavior as a whole. What reflects to be an effective person in the society.
Sir, is that originally our human beings are successful, productive, growth oriented into the world?
See, very interesting phenomena. One great Professor Eric Berne, is a great psychiatrist of USA, America. He spent all his life studying the people. And he developed a theory called transactional analysis. Very interesting. What is that? His concept is very interesting. Even that a transactional analysis is a subject of study in postgraduate of America, even India. India, very few institutions that is being taught. Even bureaucrats, Missouri Academy, also even bureaucrats also, is a training. It is a training in India, but is a postgraduate course in Europe and USA. Transactional analysis, many people will know that thing. It's a very simple concept. Concept is a person is born winner. A person is born productive. A person is born trustworthy. A person is born effective. Person, human being, himself or herself is very effective as a natural phenomenon. This is the very simple concept. A person is a lot of resources if he or she can utilize. It a transactional analysis is important. Within the person, there are many individuals interact. This theory is, there are many persons who are interacting within the person. Parents, mother, father. Parent ego, he calls parent ego. Adult ego, adult means now what as a grown-up person, as a we, how we react, act, to the responses as a member of a family, as a member of a society, as a member of a club, as a member of a friendship group. So, how we can behave as a member of a society? So, this is so many transactions while we are doing the transactions of everyday life. So, our people, a parent, father, mother, or adult ego, what we learned as individual society, would interact, would transact the issues or responding to the behavior to the particular situations. That's why if you take it, that is the important thing. A person is a born winner, a person is more effective, but only thing we need to groom, nurture through education system, family system, education system, and employment office system. Then the person would be useful to the society and to the nation. That is a separate study and a very good thing. The transaction analysis by Professor Eric Berne. He is author of Games People Play. The great author, millions of books sold all over the world. Games means are not games, behavioral games. Games people play. You are okay, I am okay. So tendency is win-win situation. You are okay, I am okay. That must be there for everything to be successful, even negotiations. You are okay, I am okay. So these are the several books are available in the world to understand the transaction analysis. It is a training program in India and also a subject in most of the developed countries.
This is called win-win situation. You live happily and let me live happily. That's what the great message.
You are okay, I am okay. You are happy, I am happy. You are you be winner, I be winner.
Such a great messages has given to our viewers. Sir, what is your opinion? How they improve or innovative entrepreneurs emerged during the great crisis situation in the world?
Wonderful, sir. And if we observe, the great crisis happened in all over the world. Steep recession, great crisis, even world wars. There was a heavy recession. At that time, very, very successful enterprises had emerged. That is Microsoft, Netflix, even Arnab in America. So many enterprises emerged during the steep recession, economic recessions of the world. Perhaps what happened is there was a heavy pressure among entrepreneurs to become innovative, to meet the situation, to meet the how to overcome the recession. Economic recession is very much prevalent in the world. How do entrepreneurs, the role of entrepreneurs to overcome the economic recession? See, that's why the great enterprises, even not only Netflix, so many things, you talk about the many things, it has come, innovative enterprises could emerge during great crisis of the world. Similarly, in India, even our country, if you just go through the past, our droughts, heavy droughts in 1930s, 40s, 50s, sometimes Bengal drought. So, our agricultural entrepreneurs could achieve the green revolution with the great agricultural scientists, and the green revolution could achieve. Now, and say the infotech, when our country became liberalized, globalized, when the economic globalization, when we opened the doors, our doors to the world economy, see in 1991, when our Prime Minister, the great Prime Minister, Sri P.V. Narasimha Rao, during his period, in 1991, our country became liberalized, globalized, and privatized.
That's true.
That period, this information technology, IT, ITES, these things had emerged in not the entire country. Even Hyderabad center became a center for IT hub. So the crisis, if you talk about the crisis, even Infosys has come 90s. Infosys and emerging thing, it has come in 90s. And so many projects along with Infosys, so many projects had come. That is also crisis. Even in 2008 and 2009, that is also great recession. During that recession, some companies have emerged and see that there is a lot of provider of employment in the country.
Right.
So always, if you look into that, we need not disappointed, or rather to think there is a still great opportunity for every recession. Great opportunity for every economic slowdown. Even the great economists, they are talking about the same thing. Crisis would help to create many more enterprises in the nation. This is the great thing. Even, and that is why in the crisis, the enterprises or industries or whatever it is emerged, and they could fill up the gap of slowdown and helpful for accelerating GDP, accelerating national GDPs.
Okay. Sir, the role of MSMEs in national economics, what is your views on that?
Very nice, sir. This is micro, small and medium enterprises. This is what we call in India. And other countries of the world, they call SME, small and medium enterprises.
Here is micro.
And we in India, micro is quite important. And why these MSMEs are a real backbone of any national economy. You take example Europe, even Korea. Japan, 99.993% are SMEs. Korea is mostly 80% are SMEs. In coming down to so many other emerging economies, Europe and all over the world, 70 to 90% of the enterprises are SMEs all over the world. Why? That's why the emerging economies, that means developed economies, developing economies, whatever you call it. Developed economies are, if you can see, backbone is a lifeline, is MSME. Yes, our government also recognized the role of MSME, and very recently in March, Government of India has expanded the role of MSME and revised the definition of MSME.
Oh.
That's why the SME of MSME among these things are roughly 6.5 crores of MSMEs providing employment to 12 crores. These are recent statistics. 12 crores people. Nowhere that much employment is we could get anywhere in any sector except agriculture. After agriculture, MSME is the largest provider of employment. MSMEs are equitable economy in the sense that more than 50% of the enterprises belong to backward classes, backward areas. For any area to be developed, that is only MSME. But unfortunately, this sector, although the separate ministry is there, they are doing very wonderful job, but still there is a gap between practice and the scheme. Really still gap is there. So MSME is a balanced growth can be achieved in the country. Not wealth is concentrated in only some enterprises. Even a small person can become a entrepreneur and set up in a service or manufacturing enterprise that create employment. One person, one small unit can give not less than 10 people employment. That means recently, I think, Planning Commission, if you, the large sector would give employment, they have to spend 5.5 lakhs and more. But here, if you spend about the 75,000, you can create some 2-3 people employment. So employment-wise, equitable-wise, and also creativity-wise, and also products. Even you go to kitchen and I see that not only the wet grinders, this is stoves, so many operators in your kitchen are manufactured by small entrepreneurs. So small MSMEs have a very significance, not only all over the world, in India also. That is the significant, the strength of MSME.
Sir, how entrepreneurship and Atmanirbhar Bharat presented by our great Prime Minister Modi, what is the relevant with these both?
Yes, very nice, sir. Our Honorable Prime Minister announced Atmanirbhar Bharat, self-reliant India, on Independence Day of 2020. Atmanirbhar Bharat, self-reliance, self-sufficient, towards self-sufficient. These entrepreneurs and entrepreneurship is very much relevant. Wherever we want to depend on ourselves, think about entrepreneurs, small entrepreneurs. Small entrepreneurs in backward areas or underprivileged communities or rural areas, if they achieve something, that is real Atmanirbhar Bharat. So why I am trying to say that if the entrepreneurs are active and they are very successful, we can achieve the national goal of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Self-reliant India, to achieve self-reliant India, small entrepreneurs are very, very significant to in our country. That's why entrepreneurship as a subject in high school system or higher education system, to produce the quality entrepreneurs, so to achieve again the Atmanirbhar Bharat, to meet our own demands, create demand, produce products, the related products for the demand, and the MSMEs, even the MSMEs, those MSMEs are very important for as suppliers and distributors of even large industry. That is why this is Atmanirbhar, to achieve our goal, national goal, entrepreneurs are very, very significant.
Entrepreneur's role is very significant in Atmanirbhar Bharat.
Wonderful.
That's what our Director General Chukka Kondai Garu says that. Sir, how the present environment encourages the new entrepreneurs in India?
As we discussed earlier about the great crisis, each crisis there are number of opportunities. Even this COVID-19 pandemic created thousands of enterprises, opportunities for entrepreneurs. Even food delivery during COVID time, telemedicine, telephone medicine, all digital things. Digital, we surprise the percentage of the people who are following the digital technology has been more than any time. So for each crisis there are opportunities. So now, even now the in banking system, online education, online entertainment, all the people are sitting during lockdown time watching the TVs online only through because of these things that has been improved. Short films, all these things, entertainment industry, entertainment enterprises have been grown during the pandemic. So if you can see that one, there are wonderful opportunities in our this COVID-19 time. Interesting thing is now the recent thing we are minimizing the imports from China during China-India border crisis. Whenever we are minimizing, all apps are we banned, and we are creating a force so that our own, again, self-reliant enterprises can emerge. So that is the one thing. Another interesting thing is India is a very neutral country, and investments from USA, Germany, France, they are coming to India to invest, to enter certain enterprise. You see, even our own Hyderabad, how many enterprises have come up during COVID time. So this is some of the people are flocking to India for investments. Another interesting thing is, you see, India was ranking about 140 in ease of doing business in world rank. Now today, we have jumped to 64th rank, ease of doing business. So macro environment is being very, very facilitative for entrepreneurs for setting up of enterprises. This is the very, very new trend that is coming up. Not only that thing, and you see this is agriculture, even agriculture. Agriculture sector is a primary sector. Number of entrepreneurs can help the agricultural farmers to be self-reliant. Food processing, number of food processing things are there. Warehousing is really inadequate in our country. Entrepreneurs can be encouraged in rural areas in setting up of warehousing units. And many things are small food processing and serving to the urban areas, foods, vegetables, so many things, and that would be value addition to farmers. And it would help the entire supply chain, strengthen the supply chains. Rural urban migration can be arrested. So that is the very interesting thing, and so many other things are coming up in recent years, and coming up even 5G. 5G became a big thing, is a digital breakthrough in our country. And tomorrow, even Tesla company is going to establish a company in India. EVs, electronic vehicles, that could create a lot of employment and a lot of small scale units, so that it would be a supply, material supply and distribution to in the country. So things are moving up very, very towards some very opportunities. So opportunities are many and many for a small entrepreneurs, even the small or big entrepreneurs in our country. So country is going to be a real self-reliant if the things are encouraged in a proper perspective.
So today, very, very useful informations for upcoming entrepreneurs and existing entrepreneurs in MSME sectors, which we have received from the former Director General, National Institute of MSMEs. Thank you very much for sharing your valuable time with us, sir. And thanks a lot to our viewers on behalf of our viewers.
Thank you very much, sir. It is my pleasure
Thanks a lot.
to be helpful to the society.
Thank you.
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you.